Hey guys, it's your girl Newbie, and we're here with Waking Facade, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get on with episode two, okay? From part one from the three-part series, and this episode is going to be the architecture of belief, how stories shape reality. All right, but before we do that, let's just take a time to cleanse energy and just kind of go ahead and get a little quick um, short breaths or long breaths and just kind of like, cleanse all of our energy, right? Mm. Okay, on negativity, all evil eye, everything, return to sender 10 billion fold. Yeah, yep, 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 yep. Just kind of just breathe and flow and allow yourself to kind of absorb good, clean energy in the sense of, out with the bad, in with the good. Okay, there you go. I think what I'm gonna do is sorry. I think because they're a little bit shorter than I thought they were gonna be. Maybe I'll do every episode for part one today, and then I'll work on because it's actually seven 7 episodes per part, and it's a three-part series. So maybe we'll just do all 7 episodes today, and then we'll do the next 7 episodes tomorrow, and then the final episodes the following day. And then I'll kind of give you guys a little bit more information on the integrated app that I created that's going to coincide with these messages. Okay, and so we'll see how that goes. All right, a couple more minutes. No, almost. It's my aunt, guys. That's just my aunt, you guys. No, I'm not done. I'm almost done. We're gonna have her on here too soon because she's very very wise and has a lot of wisdom that she can offer to you guys on a different level because I feel like relative understanding is very important and sometimes people will not be perceptive to something that you're telling them because they feel you don't resonate with their situation, whether that be because of gender, age, race, or whatever the case may be. You could be saying everything right, so to speak, or that would be beneficial to them, but because it's not coming from someone who resonates with them on their opinion or how they feel, they may not be receptive to it at all. So that was a side note. But we're going to get started. Do 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 do. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys. So we're going to talk about architecture and belief, how stories shape reality. Now, welcome back. Welcome back to Awake or Programmed. Yesterday, or you can say it's today, but in the last episode, we explored the hidden influence shaping our minds, the subtle programming that runs in the background of our consciousness. Now, in this video, we're going to go a little bit deeper, okay? And we're going to go into the architecture of belief and the stories that create our reality. How do these stories, from fairy tales to history, from religious texts to breaking news, shape the lens through which we experience life? And how can we begin to distinguish truth from programming? Now, beliefs act like software running silently in our brains. They dictate how we perceive the world, how we interpret events, and even how we physically react. For instance, if you grew up believing the world is dangerous, your body will release stress hormones automatically in situations of uncertainty, even if there is no actual threat. These beliefs create automatic responses, guiding life unconsciously. From birth, your mind is absorbing, kind of like what we talked about a little bit. So, hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so I had to turn the fan on because it's getting hot in here. It's right in the Hold on, guys. Okay. Now, okay, here we go. From birth, your mind is absorbing information constantly. Parents, teachers, peers, and media all contribute to the belief system you carry today. Cultural narratives, whether in textbooks, myths, or folklore, shape expectations about behavior, morality, and success. Over time, these narratives become so familiar that we don't question them. They feel like reality itself. But many of these beliefs are inherited, not tested by our own experience. And here lies the first key to awakening: awareness of the source. Now, modern research in neuroscience shows that repeated exposure to stories and images physically shapes the brain. Neural pathways are reinforced by repetition. When fear, scarcity, or division is emphasized, the brain develops automatic patterns of attention and emotional response, predisposing individuals to react in predictable ways. Now, we're going to touch a little bit on media influence and manipulation. Ooh. Media doesn't merely mean report. It directs attention, shapes perception, and influences emotion. We all know that. Now, algorithms are designed to keep us scrolling, reacting, and sharing because attention is energy, and energy is life. The more engaged we are with fear-based or outrage-driven content, the more our energy is hijacked. Even entertainment, movies, shows, ads reinforces certain archetypes, expectations, and emotional responses. And this program often goes unnoticed because it feels natural and familiar. Side note. So basically, what I was talking about in the last video about, normalization and how a lot of people are even unaware of certain normalized behaviors or influences or, responses. So that's just a little side note. Here we go. So, political narratives, commercial interests, and cultural reinforcement often work together to maintain patterns of fear, separation, and scarcity. Understanding this helps us regain conscious control over where we focus our energy and attention. Now, as far as religion, culture, and belief systems, religion and culture stories have always been powerful tools for shaping belief. They transmit moral codes, traditions, and identity. While these systems can teach unity and spiritual insight, they can also implant fear, obedience, and separation. Recognizing the difference between authentic spiritual wisdom and conditional belief systems is crucial for your personal freedom. Now, belief systems often present themselves as absolute truth. They become the lens through which all other experiences are filtered. Once we understand the difference between inherited beliefs and conscious choice, we can begin to rewrite the programs that no longer serve our highest potential. Now, with rewriting your belief system, step one, observe your automatic beliefs. Step two, question the origin. Did this come from direct experience, or was it inherited from family, culture, or media? Step three, test and choose consciously. Begin replacing limiting or fear-based beliefs with empowering ones, grounded in awareness and observation. The practice of conscious belief formation rewires the brain and shifts your perception. So again, same as the last video, I have a practical challenge for you guys, okay? And it's for a 7-day belief rewriting. Now, with these practical challenges, you can choose to do for like the first part, all 7 per episode. You can just choose a week and just um, like input all 7 challenges for the same week. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, or you can just go ahead and say, for episode 1, the 7-day challenge, you can go and just have it for that week. And then episode 2, 7-day challenge for the following, and so on and so forth. Or however you want to do it, whatever makes you comfortable and whatever is most effective for you. Another side note is anything that I say or any information that I provide, fact check it in the sense of not just by means of literate knowledge. You know what I mean? Fact check it in your spirit. Get confirmation from the Most High. Go into your secret place, and we'll talk about that a little later on in some of the videos about your secret place. And go to the Most High, whatever you believe, source, the universe or God, Allah, whatever it is, Buddha, whatever is your belief. You know what I mean? your truth and your concern or your questions and seek confirmation. So then that way, anything that even I tell you, you can kind of fact check it. So then that way you're not lead astray. Because the thing that people don't understand is that what works for me may not work for you. But now the concept may be beneficial. So it's best to, even when getting advice from whoever, your family, friends, uh, therapist, agents, whatever the case may be, always fact check it with source. And then once you do that, you get the confirmations you need, adapt whatever advice you're giving and kind of make it your own. You know what I mean? So then that way you can find what works for you. Because too many times people will give advice and people will take that literal advice and then it doesn't work for them. And they feel like they failed and then they just don't try again. They're like, oh, this is not for me. When in reality, the concept itself may have worked for them, but it's just maybe the method that the person offering advice um, gave them or suggested didn't work for them. So keep that in mind, okay? Okay, back to this now. Now, with the practical challenge, the 7-day belief rewriting, you're going to identify 3 beliefs you hold automatically and just investigate their origins. Replace one limiting belief each day with conscious, empowering alternatives. Okay? Now, in this video, we explored how stories shape perception and how beliefs, often unexamined, create our experience of reality. The next episode will discuss energy and attention, the most valuable currency of your life, and how reclaiming it allows you to regain control over your inner and outer world. And remember, awareness is freedom, and conscious choice is your power. Okay? So, kind of reflect on that a little bit. Um, Basically, like what I was saying in the other video about, you know, as kids and children and things like that, how we literally know nothing and we kind of are molded, whether people are aware of that or believe that or even think about it that way. That is just kind of somewhat of a truth in the sense of, I'll give you an example of, fire. Now, if a kid or baby were to put their hand in fire, you're gonna, hey, don't do that. That's hot. But until it is brought to their attention and they are consciously made aware that that flame is hot, they will put their hand in that fire until it shrivels up and falls off or it burns or whatever the case may be, and be completely oblivious to the reaction that their body is having to that temperature change. And I say that to say that basically you don't know anything until it's brought to your attention, you're made aware, and you are told something is something. But again, a lot of things are actually not a lot. Everything is man-made, even information, even knowledge, whatever the case may be. Somebody somewhere decided, hey, when you put your hand in fire, it is hot. That's how you feel. That's what you feel. And hot is not good. Hot is bad. Hot hurts. This is information that based off of whoever decided that was what that meant. They made that determination and they passed it on. And in time, a long time, we've all adopted and adapted to saying, hey, fire is hot. It'll burn you. It will hurt. And that is like basically to summarize everything that I just kind of said um, in a nutshell, pretty much. So basically, if nobody ever came up with that concept or that information, we would be walking around here all burnt to a crisp. It would touch your back. We wouldn't know it's hot. We wouldn't know that that hurts. Even pain itself. Pain has nothing to do with your body. Has nothing to do with anything but your brain. The receptors in your brain are what kind of give you a signal to say, hey, there's a change or a shift in the environment or in something that is affecting your outer body. Now, the determination of whether or not that hurts you or is hot or is cold depends on your understanding, your knowledge, and just like I said earlier in the video, is your beliefs. You know what I mean? Because there can easily be someone somewhere whose beliefs are completely different, and they don't identify flame or fire as being hot. They identify it as being cold, and it's in their belief system or their religion or their culture, that that's good. You put your hand in that fire, that means it's good. That you burn it off to a crisp and it falls up, that's good. You know what I mean? And who are we or who are you to say that they're wrong and you're right? It's just a different perspective and perception, and that goes based off of inherited beliefs that they've gained or passed down from generations, or that they have learned. You know, goes back to again the learned behavior and just calling it truth when in reality no one really knows if it's truth or fiction. You know what I mean? Nobody except for the person who created it. Because everyone's truth is not the same. My truth may differ from your truth. Your truth may differ from mine, but that's okay. That doesn't make neither one of us right, wrong, better, or worse. It's just a different perspective based off of our belief systems, our learned behavior, and our inherited beliefs. Okay? So we'll be back, you guys, tomorrow with episode or with the next video, episode 3. All right? Bye, guys.